So let's say somebody wanted to buy a rental property. I like to buy rental properties the same way I buy fix and flips, bird strategy. So
I love that.
How would you use that?
So
Same scenario.
same scenario. The only thing with the difference is that, you're still buying the house cash, right? You pull from the HELOC to buy the house. You're still funding your own rehab, right? You pull from the HELOC to fund your own rehab. Unless you could find a bank that's willing to overlook the 6-month seasoning rule.
I got plenty of them.
Well, there you go. So
I honestly do.
And I'm not surprised because from what I understand and what I've read,
a lot of banks would do it without seasoning, right? Well, not a lot, but there's a few banks that would do it without seasoning.
Yep.
And the property can, like I just did one.
They'll do a cash
no
out
seasoning, cash out. I just did a rate and term though.
Yeah.
So no,
and that's fine. But so you can buy a house, you can rehab the house, and before 6 months you can do a cash out refi.
3 months, even less. No seasoning and vacant.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It took a lot of research to find. That's why you pay me the big bucks.
I was about to go down. I was about to go down a whole path. You just shut that whole path down. So I got nothing. So if you don't know Jamel Gibbs and if you don't listen to him, then the path I was going to go down was going to work. I was going to say you got to wait 6 months to do a cash out refi.
In most cases, you
a
do.
lot of if you're going Fannie Freddie, you got to do that, right?
But that's why people pay me
That's
a lot
right.
of money.
That's right.
You know what I mean? They pay me. They want to get coached. It's not free. You got to pay for my time, for my efforts. It is what it is.
That's right.
Right. But at the same time, how much value do you get from this Deal Pro podcast and my YouTube videos and all this other stuff?
Well, exactly. And I've said, I told you this earlier, and this is not a lie. This is the truth. We were talking before this, and from the videos that we've done before, people will call in and, they'll ask about the first in HELOC. And one lady I talked to, she said that, one of the questions we ask is, how'd you find us? Right. And so she said, I saw this, the video with you and Jamel, and I'm thinking about doing his she's like, I'm going to do his real estate coaching. And
shout out to whoever that is.
I got to look at it. I mean, I talked to her last week, so I'll let you know. But what I told her is, you've walked me through kind of your philosophy and what you do, and the amount of coaching in terms of not just the education, but also helping people walk through deals together to get their first, one or two
It's the best way to
properties,
learn,
right? And it's like, it's not just like hey, here's the theory, go. It's like, here's the theory, and I'm going to help you with the application.
And I'm actually doing it.
You're doing it. You probably do it for them the first one, right?
Kind of.
In a way, right? I mean, the thing is,
yeah.
Coming from an education background, you're spot on because there's this whole, I do, we do, you do approach, and it's like best practice. And so the teacher teaches the theory, they do some example problems, then you do some example problems with the kids. It's called a guided practice, right? Yeah. And then you have independent practice where the kids do it on their own, and the teacher's there walking around making sure the kids know how to do it, right?
Yep.
And that's like the core foundation of education.
That's what coaching is, man.
That's what coaching is. And so what I told her, I was like, when this happens, and it will happen, I don't have time right now, and things are, anyway, I told her this, and this is the truth. I was like, when there's a coach that I use, it's going to be you because of your approach. And so here's the thing, I wouldn't say it if it weren't the truth though. I wouldn't say it if I hadn't told her that.
Let me pop it.
Yeah, for real.
I appreciate that.
But that's, the thing is, I'm not one to, I wouldn't just give you an empty,
no, I appreciate that.
An empty, compliment, because
no, seriously,
that's not how it works. But to know that you do that, you're actually setting people up, not just to know how to do it, but to be able to work through it.
Honestly, man, that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean?
Cool. It's really cool.
I literally wrap my entire business around helping other people
at
this point. So, sometimes it's free, sometimes it's not, but so everybody's going to get a result.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about.
It's really cool.
You know what I mean?
So back to so we've got the buy and hold, right? The burst strategy where you buy a home, you rehab it, refinance. Oh, what is it? Oh, I don't
Close.
know all
You
the
got
R's.
it.
I don't
Come
know
on.
all the R's.
All right, so
I've got the book. I've read the book, but
Yeah.
I don't have to buy,
rehab,
rehab,
refinance.
No, rent's next, refinance, then
repeat.
repeat, right?
Yeah.
So you're doing the same thing with a flip, except you're holding on to it, right?
Yeah.
And so you buy it with the first thing HELOC, you rehab with the first thing HELOC. Your holding costs for the house is just the interest that you're paying for the HELOC at that point, right? And it's secured against your own home.
Mm-hmm.
One caveat with that is that people may feel uncomfortable leveraging their own personal primary residence to get that done. And I get that. There's an emotional attachment to your primary residence that some people don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
Right? And I respect that and I understand it.
Absolutely.
For those that don't feel that way, or for those that progress in their belief or understanding about how this works and the security that comes with it, right? Or the confidence that you have in your deal, right? If your deal is a slam dunk no matter what and you can't lose, then leveraging something that feels a little bit more personal doesn't hurt as much, because if there's enough meat on the bone, even if it's a money pit, you still win. You sell the asset, you're good, right?
You're good.
So the better you become at investing as a real estate investor, the more picky you become, I imagine, because look, I don't need that deal because I know I'm good enough to find another one.
Well, I'm going to help everybody become an expert investor right now. You ready?
Let's hear it.
All you got to do is leave yourself a 30% margin.
Okay.
So on a $200,000 house, you want to get it for $140, minus the repairs.
Got it.
Now everybody's an expert. That's it.
Now you don't need Jamel anymore.
You don't. You don't.
You gave it away.
You just got to know how to find them. That's where you need them.
That's the key. That's the key.
But honestly, man, if you leave yourself enough breathing room, you should. And this is me talking, not you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you should feel comfortable enough to use that HELOC that you have, because there's a spread in there that allows you to be able to make a profit no matter what you do.
Yep.
Like, I've done a couple thousand deals, and it's been 23 years for me.
Mm-hmm.
Never lost money. Well, 2 times. Bad investments, holding properties too long. But 2 out of 2,000, I mean.
We should do another podcast because I have a different experience in that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely.
On a 40 unit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're talking bigger numbers at that point. You know what I mean? So.
Well, we can.
You lost money on a 40 unit. You should have sold it to me, man. What happened?
It was back in the day.
You still should have called me.
I should have called you. I know.
Yeah, you should have called me, man.
We'll work that one up too.
Man,
and we'll go through that.
40 units, man. You know what I would have done with that?
I know.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? It's Jamel Gibbs, your family-oriented entrepreneur. Listen, I really appreciate you watching this episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.